How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Minus the Gym. And today we are in my kitchen because we'll be talking about food. Specifically, I received a great comment asking, Ryan, how do you eat a plant-based diet day to day? What kind of tips do you have for day-to-day eating this way? And I thought that was great. I actually have 3 really good tips to share with you. The first tip being to use templates. Okay, what I call templates are structures of breakfast, lunch, and dinner where the entrees, the style of entrees for breakfast, lunch, and dinner are pretty similar or the same thing, but the recipes can vary. So for example, smoothie, salad, and stir fry. That's one of my go-to templates, meaning my breakfast is a fruit smoothie with some flax and other things in there, but it's primarily fruit. And then lunch is a hearty salad, mostly vegetables, but I'll throw in some chickpeas or other beans and a nut-based dressing. And then dinner will be a stir fry where, stir fries can be anything, any kind of whole grain with different vegetables and whatever sauce you like. And as you can see, there's a lot of variety. You can make different types of smoothies, different types of salads, different types of stir fries. So when you follow a template like that, it just makes it easier to figure out what you're going to eat day to day. And it also makes your grocery shopping a lot easier too. How about one more example template, right? Another one I like to do is muesli for breakfast. That's a cereal, a whole grain cereal that's really delicious. And then for lunch, a burrito bowl. And then for dinner, any kind of slow cooker recipe. Now, what's awesome about this is you can make a huge bag of muesli on Sunday, and that will be your muesli for the week. So you just pull from it every morning and have breakfast. And add some fresh berries and whatever to it, but it's really easy. You can prepare muesli ahead of time. It's healthy, it's delicious, and it's easy to make. And then for the burrito bowls, it's like a stir fry. It's really easy to prepare and travel with. You just bring it in a lunch bag to work or whatever. And then slow cooker recipes, whether it's chili or some kind of soup or stew or whatever you want to do in a slow cooker, the beauty of that is you can prepare it the night before, throw everything into the slow cooker in the morning, and just let it cook on low all day if you're gone at work. But again, there's variation, right? Because you can put different ingredients in your muesli, you can put different ingredients in your burrito bowl, and there's many different slow cooker recipes. So hopefully you see how templates are really handy because each time you go shopping, you just buy different ingredients and try different recipes, but you're following the same general structure. All right, really quick before we go to tip number 2, I want to mention that a new documentary has just come out last month. It's called Eating Our Way to Extinction. And it's an awesome, really high quality cinematic documentary. It's got Kate Winslet doing the narration and features a lot of really prominent people in the field talking about the environmental impact of animal agriculture. So I know here on Minus the Gym, I talk a lot about all the health benefits of eating plant-based, but something I haven't really touched on too much, I think maybe in one video, is how eating plant-based can actually help the planet. And which is kind of scary, is where our planet is headed currently with all the animal agriculture going on. So if you're interested, I'm going to put a link down below. Make sure after you watch this video, you go check out that one. It's free to watch. The whole documentary is free to watch here on YouTube, so I highly recommend it. All right, moving on to tip number 2 is to prepare. Preparation is key when you're eating plant-based. And that can be as simple as just preparing your food to bring with you to work or wherever you're going each day, school, whatever it might be. But also preparation is key when you're gonna go to someone's house. Don't expect anyone hosting dinner for you to cook a special plant-based meal for you. I've learned that the hard way. So you want to make sure you bring something, contribute to the community, bring a whole casserole or a big dish to share with everybody, but then plan to make that what you eat. So typically what I do is I'd have a nice big portion of whatever I brought, and then I bring some nuts and seeds like pistachios or something like that to snack on if I'm still hungry. Another important part of preparation is just keeping food ready and available. For example, ripe bananas. I love having a pipeline of ripe bananas so I'm never out and there's no problem when I'm making smoothies or frozen fruit desserts and things like that. Also, try to cook beans from fresh so you don't always rely on canned beans. And also cook grains as often as possible, whatever grains you're going to be using, so they're already made and available in the fridge, and that saves a lot of time so you don't have to cook grains every time you prepare a meal. Now, another big part of preparation has to do with going out to eat at restaurants, right? If you're going to go eat at a restaurant, make sure you check out their menu online before you go and see what all of their plant-based options are. And if you're eating oil-free like me, So here's the thing, like eating oil-free at a restaurant is really difficult. So typically it's a cheat meal when I go out to eat or I get carryouts. That's the time that I do have something greasy, even though I know it's not good for me. But if you're trying to reverse heart disease or diabetes or any kind of chronic degenerative disease, then you want to be strict on the oil-free thing. And in that case, I'd recommend calling the restaurant before you go and talking to the waiter or waitress or whoever answers the phone. Even see if you can talk to the chef and just see what the options are to have a low-fat, oil-free meal. All right, and tip number 3 is to be lenient with your diet. And I know that sounds like a little contradictory to what I just said, but let me explain. All right, leniency can mean something different to everybody. So for me, leniency is that about, I don't know, 10% or even a little more of my calories each day, maybe 20%, come from processed foods like whole grain pastas and whole grain breads and things like that. And I'm totally fine with that. I just accepted it. My whole food plant-based diet is not completely whole food, right? Because you don't see rotini growing from the earth, so it's technically not a whole food, it's processed, but that's fine. That's the leniency that I've incorporated into my diet, and I process a lot of my whole food as well. I'll blend it, I'll put it in the food processor, whatever. But to a lot of the people I've coached on eating plant-based, they're willing to go plant predominant typically, but they're not willing to go 100%. So for them, leniency is, well, I'll eat plant-based all week, but then I'm gonna have steak on the weekends. And I tell them, okay, whatever floats your boat, whatever you're able to do. A lot of people want to eat fish. They want to keep fish and eggs in the diet. So they might eat fish twice or 3 times a week and everything else is plant-based. So leniency can mean whatever you want for you. But just keep in mind, for those of you reversing a chronic degenerative disease, you want to be strict. All right, your leniency is going to be very minimal, very minimal. And you want to keep it oil-free, keep it 100% plant-based. Focus on whole foods as much as possible. All right, everybody, so those are my 3 tips for eating plant-based day to day and making this diet work. Remember to use templates. That's the big one. That's the most important one to take away from this video. But also it helps to prepare wherever you're going. Make sure you prepare. And of course, be lenient. Find out what leniency means for you and incorporate that into your whole food plant-based lifestyle. And don't forget to check out that documentary, all right, Eating Our Way to Extinction. I highly recommend it. It's really interesting, really eye-opening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the video helped. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to learn more from me. I talk about fitness and plant-based nutrition here on the channel, and I look forward to talking to you in the next video. See you then.